Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Please do me a favor. Say good morning and where you're from in the questions box. You are the early risers. You are the first risers. Welcome. My voice has a little Darth Vader in it this morning for some reason. I don't know where that's coming from. Might be the new system. Jessica Innocent back in the Jessica Innocent from Boston, Massachusetts is our first riser today. Eric Paulson, good morning. Maurice Kesterer from Waterloo, Illinois, outside St. Louis. Santa Maria, California, woo, way early riser. Julie Walker, you're in the house. Colleen Gedker, Minnesota. Yolanda Zapien from Chicago. St. Louis, Sandra Townsend, rocking it. Fred Collis, Clearwater, Florida, aka Boom. Eric is from Austin, Texas. Good morning from Naperville, Illinois. Orlando, Marcy Walsh. Midlothian, Texas. Good morning, Ann Weaver. Maureen Manning from Queens, New York, the big city. Good morning from Highlands Ranch. Carrie Paolillo, Tom Kinnaman. Arlene Quirk is logging off and logging back in. I see a lot of regulars. Virginia Dean from California. Oceanside, California, Mike Wynn, who's having a big party at the Padres game. Linda Maxwell in the house. Scottsdale, Arizona, Mountain Time. Reading. Shelley Korn from Bothell, Washington. Woo! West Coaster. Good stuff. Good stuff. Rocking and rolling, rising and shining. I love it. So 30 mornings by you. Beautiful pictures. You guys are rocking it. We're adding in the ultimate morning rituals. You guys are getting it in writing, figuring out what you're wanting to do. We're going to dive deep into that. I really, some of you have already got it done, you've got it down, and you're tweaking it. Some of you haven't gotten it into notes yet. And listen, that's your outcome for 30 mornings, is to have your morning ritual to a 2 to 5 to 10-minute increment as to what you're going to do, right? Just like you would plan out any sequence of anything. Once again, to have your photo featured, just post it on Facebook, either in the group or on your personal page, and tag 30 mornings. Now remember, you've got to have no spaces between the 30 and the mornings, and then it'll tag 30 mornings. If you just tag 30, we don't see it. So just so you know that. And our winner, and you guys are raising the bar. Look at this picture. Welcome to day 25. The day 24 winner for yesterday, Wednesday, is Debbie Henninger. Debbie Henninger, gorgeous picture. I mean, that is like a 30 mornings like postcard. Beautiful. Debbie, make sure you email 30mornings@gmail.com and know how much we appreciate you guys posting this. And this is being very, very instrumental and very, very inspirational for people in the group as well as all over Facebook. So great stuff, guys, everybody. So we talked about creating your method, and in this case, we can rearrange the letters any way we want, but one way that we arrange the letters is with it saying savers, or a lot of times we'll put 2 A's in the savers, the other A for appreciations. So, sometimes you have to hear this multiple times to let it click, right? Silence meditation, prayer, breathing. That's one of those things that really, let's get that in there, right? At the very least, try meditation. Just try breathing. It was so funny as we were out shopping. I got a new TV for the Super Bowl because that's what you do, right? So it's so funny is Max sat down and crossed his legs and put his hands on his knees, and he was like meditating, meditating, meditating. It was like, I don't think I knew the word meditation at 7 years old. But here he is in the middle of Costco with legs crossed meditating, right? So affirmations, appreciations, and by the way, I think meditation is going to be very big for Max because if we get feedback from school, it's that he likes to talk a lot and that he has a lot to share and that he sometimes has trouble paying attention. So meditation, the technique of meditation is going to be able to give him that moment of calming himself, right, versus calming from somebody else, which could be in the form of, yelling or screaming or what are, sending him to the principal. So affirmations, appreciations, we're sharing some great affirmations apps. In fact, we're doing digital support list today. You guys loved the recommended reading list that is out there, and now we're going to do like recommended digital support. So all of the different apps and websites that we've experienced and you've suggested. So you'll have that today. I'm excited about that. And then visualization. Imagine yourself doing each thing. Here's the thing. Why do you think I'm having you type up your blow-by-blow, step-by-step action plan for your wake-up routine and morning ritual? Well, the reason I'm doing that is because it forces you to visualize the wake-up routine and the morning ritual. And the more you visualize it, the more it is easy to get excited about it, to do it, to see yourself doing it. And sometimes you'll see yourself doing it in your mind 5 or 6 times, and then it executes in reality. So that is, by the way, one of the strategies for visualization is visualize the customer experience as they go through your process. And when you can truly visualize, and the best way to do it is move, right? If you're a realtor and you want to understand what your clients are going through, just move. Trust me, you will have a whole new sympathy and empathy for your clientele. Exercise, we just talked about, listen, it doesn't have to be running a marathon in the morning. It could be something as simple as some jumping jacks, the 7-minute workout, stretching, yoga, that kind of thing. Yoga is a great exercise in the morning. Reading, fill your brain with positive thoughts and ideas to improve. I don't care if you read on the Kindle. I don't care if you read a book. There is something about the magical power of opening up a physical book. And I don't care if that is an audio book while you're exercising, which many people do. And then journaling, writing in your journal. We gave you the structure of the Freedom Journal. Journaling can be guided journaling or open journaling. It doesn't matter. And you can journal anytime. My journal, my blessings book, goes, and a lot of you can attest to this because you've seen me speak or you've been around me, is my blessings book goes with me everywhere. Everywhere. So let me ask you this. Any questions on any of the savers, affirmations, appreciations, any questions on Yeah, so Sarah Marinan had a great thought on appreciations, which is instead of an appreciation or instead of an app, I have a folder of screenshots of all my affirmations on my phone. So anytime I'm having a bad moment, I can pull it up and reset, right? And Yeah, how many affirmations do you have, right? I do 5 affirmations every morning. So, I am committed to, and what they are, 5. Listen, one affirmation can be very powerful. I know people that have, 8 for each sphere or slice of their life, right? The 8 spheres or 8 slices of the sphere are mental, community, social, spiritual, physical, professional, financial, and family, right? So it's one of those where there's people who have affirmations during, and Rachel Benefente said, hey, do you write new ones? I write new ones every day. Now, do I occasionally repeat the same one? And the answer is 100% yes. When I am committed to doing the things that are necessary to be a best-selling author, right? What's amazing is I am writing these, and as I'm writing, my book is not even out yet. And these other best-selling authors are starting to appear in my life. Bob Burg, Dave Ramsey, Tony Alessandra, a lot of these authors, Dr. Ivan Misner, who I respected for what they do, they they literally, I don't want to say they came out of nowhere because they came from my affirmation, but it began that people started to connect me to these powerful people, and they ended up endorsing 7L, which helped it be a very big success, right? So, yeah, so here we go. So how often do you change your affirmations? I write new ones every day. Visualization is my hardest. Any suggestions on how to get more focused during a visual? Yeah, Shauna, write it out. Right. That's the power of what we're doing with the wake up routine and the morning ritual is write it out. Right? Write out. So what are you visualizing for? Are you visualizing the ideal environment, the ideal appointment? Here's the thing, right? Visualizing your perfect life. I mean, what the heck is that? I mean, listen, I was just on a webinar yesterday where they were talking about visualization. It was 2 minutes, and they were talking about visualizing your perfect life. Well, what is that, right? I mean, it's like, okay, visualize yourself in perfect health. What's that look like, right? And then I think the biggest power to visualization is when you break it down to the step by step, or the minute by minute, or the 5 minute by 5 minute, or the 10 minute by 10 minute segment. Um, yeah, how many times do you write or say each affirmation? Shelley Korn asked that, and I would say that what I do is I write it once, but I really go over it in my head probably 1 to 5 times. I really feel it. I am a best-selling author. I am committed to the things that are necessary for me to become a best-selling author, no matter what, so that I can get the wisdom that's in my head out into the world so that it can help 1 million salespeople no longer have to cold call and hard close and swallow their dignity and get rejected. Instead, they will be able to live a life that matches the epitaph and what they want people to say about them when they die. Why do we go to work and do the things that we would never want to do, done unto us? Why can't we do what we want done unto us all the time? And that's the business model we teach, right? So that kind of thing. Notice how I feel it and I keep expanding on it, and the why is so big, right? So hopefully that helps. Yeah, so what do we do about distractions, right? So Melinda, I have to tell you, I'm very good at minimizing distractions because I'm always analyzing what distracted me. Okay, so the little thing is your location. Where are you doing X, right? If you're trying to do phone calls in a Starbucks, then I will tell you that you're setting yourself up for failure, right? If you are doing your phone calls in a closed office or a booth, that's at your office where there's no other distractions. You close the door, you hang the thing that says do not disturb, and you go to town, right? And that's my world, right? My world is an office with no desk, a treadmill, and nothing on the treadmill desk, right? Or the treadmill stand. And just boom, going to town, taking notes in my blessings book. And so minimize the things that might distract you. Now, here's the thing, people distractions. So here's, first of all, it's all about expectations. So with people distractions, you're going to have to establish expectations, which is that when the door is shut, you don't come in. Like right now, the door to my office is open. And what that tells Max is that it's okay to come in. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Listen, my focus is 100% on you, trust me. But getting a hug before school, priceless. um, so okay, so if the door is shut, no come in. The other thing is when you're at the office and maybe you're a team leader, or maybe you're a broker, or maybe you are a running, you are the head of the team. Well, sometimes they feel entitled that they can just come in and bother you when they have a quote unquote urgency. I'm writing a contract. But here's the thing, is something I did is that's the power of time blocking. Let's say you're getting all these questions from all these different people, all your team. Well, what you do is, okay, I'm announcing today at this team meeting that I have team time to answer all of your questions blocked off in my schedule from 3 to 4 every day. If you have any questions about anything, you can come to me between 3 and 4. But listen, don't text me, don't email me, don't come into my office outside of 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is your time. If there's nobody there, that's okay. If there's one person there, you're going to get a lot of attention. If there's 10 people there, we'll do the best we can. Bottom line, 3 to 4 every day. Does everybody understand that 3 to 4 is team time? Yes. Great. Awesome. At noon that day, somebody will test you. They will open the door. You will say, is it 3? No, it's not. Okay, I'll see you at 3. Great. Right? The thing is we struggle with being firm around what we want in life because we haven't set the expectations. If you can set the expectations, get the agreement, then you are in a position to say no. You are in a position to hold people to the realistic expectations, right? I don't understand journaling. Do I have more than one journal? You know what? I have more than one journal right now because I'm going through 30 mornings, right? I'm doing the Freedom Journal and I'm doing the Blessings book. So great question. Listen, the truth is I'm going to fall back to the Blessings book when I'm finished because it's such a habit, right? So Sandra Townsend says, I have confusion on the writing affirmations and appreciations, then journaling. What am I doing writing when I'm journaling? Sandra, this is one of those things that ideas are going to pop up into your head. So let's say you're out and about and you meet someone and they say, you know what, there's this cool app on appreciations called Think Up, ThinkUp. It's a great affirmations app. I've been using it. What you do is you go to your journal and you write think up, right? Download the Think Up app, or you just do it right there. The other thing that I journal are like notes on what I'm learning. Like I'm learning, and then what will happen is a thought will pop up of an action item, something I need to do, and I will put an open box next to that. Like we had 3 people sign up for Catalyst yesterday, right? So they were referred to us. So I took the referral and I wrote down their names and I put an open box next to it that said, these people need to be called to get into Catalyst, right? So let's see. So I wrote down notes. Oh, so I had things pop up that reminded me of a coaching client like Paul Chiolo, who is Jersey Shore, by the way, and he is throwing a huge event on April 9th. and somebody did something kind of cool for an event, and I noted it, and then I put it into the event communication plan that I built for him, right? So I mean, it's just like, it's kind of like a journal is for what you're doing all the time. Hopefully that helps. Do you feel it's necessary for new affirmations daily, or just beneficial for you personally? I'm a believer in affirmations. I mean, I truly believe the reason that I'm on this webinar right now, giving you this information, is because of having a journal to take notes in and having affirmations that continue to propel me into a successful future. I also believe that one of the reasons I'm here is because I have a massive appreciation for what I do have, right? So I appreciate the people along the way and the things that I have. So that allows me to have more in the future. And that's where the affirmations push me, right? What happens after this webinar? Great question. A blessings book is just a blank journal. Yes, it is, Nettie. The blessings book, if you want to see it, is at 7L System and then shop. Listen, I'm not going to sell you a blessings book on here, right? I think the big thing is that it is small. It has a pin that goes into a holder on the side so that I don't have to worry about a pen and I don't have to worry about the size. So it actually fits into the coat pocket of a suit coat. So Heather Lemieux says, I understand the planning and everything like that, but sometimes in our business we have to react. Well, Heather, my life's goal and my business goal is to minimize the places where I'm going to have to react. So where are you reacting? And realize that you are 100% in control of your life. So when you're reacting, what you're saying is, oh, no, you can have control of my life. You take control of my life. I'll just react, right? You know, what Stephen Covey said, and he said it very well in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is he said that between the stimulus, what happens to us, and our response is a gap. We're the only animal on this planet that has the ability to stop and think about how we're going to respond. So here's the thing, is where are you reacting and how do we become proactive with that? I'll give you an example, right? You might think, oh, our clients own us. No, you own the client. You own the process. And the client goes through the process, right? They handle the decisions, but you handle the process. So you handle the process. They don't know how the process works. They don't. And guess what? Every agent has a different process. So the beauty of this is you get to create your own process. So for instance, with sellers, you might think, well, they could call after every showing. They can do this. They can. No. Here's the deal. Every seller, every Monday. You put it up front. Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm going to call you every Monday with an update from showings, with a feedback, with what we should do pricing, what our marketing is doing, who I've talked to, and how much I think about your house. So not only am I going to think about your house every day, I'm going to report to you every week. Is it understood that you will get a call from us on Monday? Now, you might want things emailed, but we're going to do all that on Monday. So every seller, every Monday is our communication system. Do you understand how that conquers the #1 problem that most realtors have? Yes, I do. Right? And then you just go on. Here we go. I don't know if ThinkUp is iPhone only. I hope not. I hope it's Android. Yes. Do affirmations flow more easily some days than others, or do they always flow? Eva, that's a great question. I have to tell you the truth, is that some days they just come out of me like bang, 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 bang. Other days, I have to almost like fall back to something I don't feel as much. And then hopefully by the end, there's days when I do my affirmations that I don't feel them. I can't get it. It's too much of a stretch or whatever. And it's like, you know what? I just keep going. I just keep going, right? Gail's Antec, I'm writing in my 7L Blessing book right now. Nettie Blanchard, no, it was 7lsystem.com. I'll type it in here. And then I need to get to today's things. All right. So send privately. Okay. Actually, let me do this. Like I said, I'm so not here to talk, sell you a blessings book. All right. Yeah, Linda Maxwell, right. There's no emergencies. There's no such thing as real estate 911. Only we can put that pressure on us. Laura Fowler, you were up like 4 hours ago. You made it up. I'm impressed. Good stuff. Can't wait to see your video. Yeah, so ThinkUp might not be on Android, right? So I apologize for that. Listen, if it's on iPhone now, it's going to be on Android soon. So congrats, you did it. Today's Thursday. We talked about the Insight Timer app probably 2 weeks ago. You might want to check it out for the specifically guided meditations, or specifically the guided meditations on mindfulness for releasing anxiety. That was recommended by one of you, Joanne Donahue. So you did it no matter what. You made it to today. So let me ask you this. In the questions box, would you be interested in doing more of 30 mornings? Like if we were going to start on February 29th and do something, would you be interested in continuing this? Just say yes or no in the questions box. We've really, really debated on this, just so you know. The mindfulness thing is an app, Sarah. It's in Android. Yeah, we're really thinking about going to, 15 to 30 minutes. And yeah, I think I'm with Greg Miser. So here's the thing, right? And not at 4 a.m. Yeah, I'm getting that. So here's the thing is that yeah, I get it. So here's the thing, right? Is that we can't do it for free, right? I mean, we want to do it, but we can't. And I've talked to probably 10 of you, and it's one of those where we just can't do it for free. I mean, we put a ton of work into this, as you can tell. And so let me ask you this. You're not committing to anybody. And I want Tom and a few of you who mentioned the 15-minute version, right? Is, okay, what is the month worth? Like, what is 30 mornings worth? What would you pay to go through this program? And I couldn't ask you this. At 20 days ago, right? Don't say priceless either. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. A lot, Deb. Okay, I get it. But what would you pay? You're not committing to anything, but what it's worth. What do you think the general public or the realtors in the world would pay to go through 30 mornings if it was like what you've experienced? So we've got 100 to 150, 499, $99, 200 a month, 50 to 100, 99, 99. You guys have gone to Walmart a lot, right? 150, 295, 100. Newer agents, maybe 50 to 100, you know. So 50, 100, 70, 97. Charge in a multiple of 30. That's a good idea. Like 99, right? Or 90 would be 33. Or 300, that'd be easy. $10 a day, change your life. Yeah, so Linda Maxwell's like first 30 days do 500, and then the follow-up months would be 150. Here's what I will tell you that we would get with pay, right? Teresa Nelson says $25 a day, which would be $750. Here's the thing, right? Is that what would happen if somebody was paying for it? What do you think would happen if somebody was paying for it? What would they do differently? How would it be different with them? Yeah, I definitely want some type of like perfect class. Like if somebody did 30 out of 30, I think there should be a reward for that. Don't you? I mean, wouldn't that be fun? It's like if you show up for it, for all 30, you rock. Yeah, the level of commitment would go up with pay, more accountability. They would take it more seriously, probably refer it more, right? Hold them accountable. It'd be a bigger commitment. They'd be more committed. They would show up no matter what. It has more value and they'd show up. Commitment. They'd be more committed. They'd be held accountable. There is no music, Deb Henninger. There is no music. So I don't know where that's from. They would show up no matter what, more committed. People pay a lot for coaching. You could pick your price. Yeah, truly. More commitment, more results. Someone would complain. Well, what's funny is usually we get the complainers from the free ones. That's the truth, right? That's why we don't do anything for free, right? People are always like, well, you're the generosity generation. Why don't you do it for free? Well, first of all, generosity doesn't mean weakness, right? Generosity means you have a choice in where and when you give, right? The other thing is that we found that when people are invested, that they get better results, and that's what we really want, and that's what they want is better results. The third thing is the more they invest, the more they're committed. So we charge a lot. Our stuff is expensive, right? So it's one of those where, yeah. So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you perceive more value. Yeah, so Karen Kaiser gave 50 books of Miracle Morning for real estate agents away, and she'd love to be able to get them to start 30 mornings on February 29th. Well, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to give you more details as we go. Thank you for your, and Jose, you were doing the math, right? And this is one of those things that is so easy for people to, $99 times 5,000 people is more than 900 times 500 people. And here's the thing, is that that's not what it's about, right? I just want you to know that's not what it's about. It's more, because we can do that math all day long. I think it's more of how do we help the most amount of people while making it make sense financially for us, right? Because here's my vision, and I'll just tell you what my vision is. My vision is in February, we do a couple of courses, right? Or not February, basically let's just call it March, right? Because it would start on February 29th. And what we would do is we would have a couple of classes. One is the what I'm going to call like the Founders Club. That's you guys, by the way. So we'd have a Founders Club edition that would be like the continuation. And then we would also have the 30 mornings for people, 30 mornings for the people who maybe haven't gone before, or I know there's some of you that just joined us, right, 5 days ago, and you really need to go through the whole system, right? And in that case, we would have two courses, but we'd also be training certified morning coaches, right? So some of you could get trained to teach what I'm teaching, and then you could teach for us, right? And what I see is, I think, I mean, Hans Bruner has to be cheering, right? Is our West Coasters are getting up at 4 a.m. That's maybe not the ideal time for them. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have classes that start everywhere from 4 a.m. Eastern all the way up to 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 7 a.m. Pacific. You see what I'm saying? So we would have different courses for different time zones, and I think that it would be very powerful to have those different. And then what it would be is, okay, I want to get up at 6, but I'm getting up at 8 now. You would take the 8 o'clock class and learn how to get up at 7, right? So over 30 days, you'd go from 8 to 7, but your goal was to wake up at 6. So what you do is then take another 30 morning class, a different class that would start at 7, but it would end up taking you to 6 a.m. So we would have a vision of, how to take people through to get up anytime they want. Hans Bruner is like, indeed, all caps, loving that. So anyway, so that's kind of the vision we're painting, and I apologize, we're going a little long today, but I really wanted your feedback and, your thoughts, and I do, right? So, so let's go to the samples today, and then we'll sign off. We'll be off in the next 3 minutes. That's my promise to you, and then I've got to catch a flight. So, all right. So Emily Debus is from Kansas City, and her ultimate morning ritual is, and by the way, if you have comments about the pricing or about the format or about what we could do on this, do me a favor, email 30mornings, that's 30 mornings, at gmail.com, and give us your feedback, right? And any feedback is open. I can't believe you're going to charge this, right? It's all good, right? And then there's going to be, oh my God, I want to be a coach. I want to run this. I want to oversee all of your classes. I totally want to make this my business, right? So I see everything in between those two. And here's the deal, it's all okay, right? It's your thoughts. So wake up. So Emily is wake up, go downstairs, drink the water, right? Journal. She starts with journaling, which is how I started for many, many years. I would literally go up, I'd have my glass of water, I'd write my affirmations and appreciations, and then I love that she put in here that after she writes them, she says them out loud to herself, right? Emily, just another thing is, are you recording this on your iPhone? Don't be afraid to record yourself doing your appreciations and affirmations. Visualize my day, hour by hour, and then exercise. Exercise for 20 minutes and gets the son out to the bus for school. So is the son getting himself up and ready on his own? How long are you exercising? That would be something you could be more detailed about. Silence and prayer, reading. Get other son out of bed at 7:15. I'd guess a teenager. Okay, maybe not. Get ready for work, and then take son to school and head to office. Emily, the only thing I would suggest here, this is a great plan, is to break it down into 5-minute increments, right? Truly break it down even further to have the sequence. And then here's the other thing, is share it with both of your sons, right? Share it with them that they're a part of your morning ritual, and this is when they're getting up. Would they like to get up earlier? Would they like to get up later? Okay, if they say later, then so, all right, so what are the consequences if we get up later, right? What are the benefits if we get up earlier, and so on and so forth. So Lorraine Oddie, we have wake up and turn off the alarm, drink a tall glass of lemon water, making decaf coffee, meditation using the Calm app or self, write, and quick reading. And Lorraine, I have the same feedback, and probably have the same feedback for everybody, is break it down, right? Really break it down to, these are first editions, right? And I love that. But what we can learn from everybody is let's break it down into 5-minute increments, right? What that looks like. I'm not being judgmental. I wouldn't change anything, right? It's just let's be more specific. So Tim Lamb is a rock star out of Iowa. He's a mortgage professional, and I mean, like one of the top in the country. He's probably better known outside of Iowa than he is in Iowa, even though he's like a rock star in Iowa. Wake up, go to home office, drink the water, right? Appreciations, a silence, and then into prayer. Journals for 5 minutes, and then rolls right into visualization. And Tim, I'd be really specific. What is that visualization? What are you visualizing? What does it look like? You know, what specifically? Read High Trust Sales that he's reading right now. It's a book by Todd Duncan, good book. Brush teeth, get dressed, work out, shower, and then breakfast with the boys, take the vitamins, and then leave for the office. Look at that morning, right? I mean, in 3.5 hours, he's got more done than most people get done all day. All right, so Joanne Donahue is breaking this puppy down. Look at how Joanne broke down her morning ritual. Like she literally wrote it down as she's going through it. So she has a guided meditation that she does every day. That's exactly 23 minutes long, and she knows that, right? Opens a blessings book, states the page, and then writes her affirmations. Continue and write appreciations. Open her computer to the Savers desktop to help me continue my steps, and reread all the steps. I always read about visualization and then concentrate. So then start to visualize. You know, recite out loud my best day, hour by hour. You know, 7L, she's reading right now. I highly recommend that book, by the way, just throwing it out there. Shower, make the bed, brush the teeth, you know, put the makeup on, get dressed. But what I love about hers is just the specificity, right? How easy would it be for her to tweak something to change it and make it better, right? She could do it in a heartbeat, and she could insert it at exactly the perfect time, right? So Joanne's happy place, here's what she wrote about 30 mornings, is there comes a time when you're drifting and you finally decide enough. It started in a restaurant in Atlantic City, and the fire in my belly never burned hotter. I bought 7L, I moved my license to a new office, and lo and behold, I was invited to 30 mornings. Don't tell me this isn't divine. This experience is bringing my buried dreams, my God-given DNA, and even my regrets to the surface. I threw away the regrets, their weight is too heavy. My dreams and desire now have room to expand. This all makes so much sense to me. The routine in my life has made such an impact, not only in my business, but my personal life too. My beloved uncle always said, there's no free lunch. There is no free lunch. God, I miss him. Success requires discipline and action. Look around, ask an Oprah or a Michael Jordan or a Ben Franklin. The Savers disciplines are just the tip of the iceberg. However, I am better equipped to tackle the rest. My confidence is being restored. I am thinking clearly. I am unstoppable because I believe in me again. I believe in me again. Affirmations matter. I believe in Michael Mayer and this practice. What you give away, you get to keep. Michael, thank you. Joanne Donahue in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I think the thing that I really want you to take from what Joanne says, and you may want to congratulate her on her journey out at the Facebook group today, and is that the Savers disciplines are just the tip of the iceberg. However, I am better equipped to tackle the rest. And that's exactly what this is about. Once we think little in terms of rituals, we can then start to think bigger about rituals. So our goal today was to get up an hour, or our goals and actions for today are to get up an hour earlier than the starting start time. You did that. You want to do the full Savers today in any order you want, but do it, right? If you haven't done it yet, do it now, right? If you've already done it, reflect on it. Your action item this week, listen, your action item is due tomorrow. is to create your ultimate morning ritual and be prepared to share it. Share on the Facebook group page. There's one strand that says, please post your morning rituals here. Please post your morning rituals on that strand. Please put your ultimate morning ritual into notes on your phone and take a quick screenshot to share it with the group. There's many reasons for that I won't go into now, but trust me, it's a good habit to create. Take your sunrise photo and post on Facebook and in this group. Share with the tag 30 mornings, and remember 30 mornings is all one word. Write in the Freedom Journal, day 25 today, finish strong. Tomorrow, Friday morning, 4 a.m., 7 a.m. Eastern, 1 hour earlier, you're going to finish this week, waking up an hour earlier than when you started. So make it happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a big day. Make tomorrow happen. Make tomorrow happen, and know that you are going to make it happen no matter what. No matter what. You're beautiful. Your butt looks good. Your posture looks good. You're confident. You don't need to worry about anything. You look great. Make it happen. You look fabulous. And guess what? You're the best. You're the best, and you rock. 30 mornings, first risers. It's time for you to rise and shine. Go out, make things happen, and tomorrow, show up so that you can grow up, and when you grow up, you go up, and you level up your life, and guess what? No matter what, you're doing it. See you tomorrow, everybody. Appreciate you. Got to go catch a flight.